Merry Christmas once again. Hope you all had a very good Christmas day, and it is time to get into this Monday Night Football matchup with two quarterbacks that one of them, we know he's one of the best in the NFL. The other one, well, he's making a comeback. It is Justin Herbert against the one and only Nick Foles, who I don't know how to play this game, AG. I don't know how this thing is going to play out. We saw what the Colts did last week against the Minnesota Vikings, and Kirk Cousins up 33 to nothing at halftime, let the Vikings come all the way back and win that game. This is crazy, but like Nick Foles with that Colts at that Colts quarterback position, I don't know. Sometimes he looks like Kirk Cousins, and then other times he looks just like Kirk Cousins. So if that tells you what we can expect from this game, it could either be great or it could be awful. And I don't know really how to play this. I can't help but want to take the Chargers minus the 3.5 in this one. That over under 44.5. This game could be under 20 points total. It could be over 70 total. I don't know how to play that, so I'm going to stay away from that.
I think your Kirk Cousins reference is spot on, and the only thing we can expect from that is the unexpected. I'm with you on this one, Chad. Look, if I had a gun to my head, and I had to choose one here, I'm going Chargers by 4 all day long. Yeah. Like, not even a question. My life depends on it. I'm going Chargers, right? But I would never trust that with my life if I had any other choice. Because, look, the Chargers, as good as they can be, they've been bad also. They play down in competition sometimes. Mm-hmm. That Texans game speaks, it was way earlier in the season, but that's something that comes to mind when I'm thinking about this matchup with the Colts here. The over under 44.5 also. Don't know how to call that either. Obviously the Chargers can put up points. If Nick Foles is back there diamond, the Colts are capable of putting up points too. We saw them put 33 up against the Vikings in the first half. And the Chargers defense is not too great. Some key matchups that I think are important to note here. The Chargers, obviously they love to pass the ball. They do not want to run the ball at all. If they don't have to, they're going to try to establish the pass. But the Colts defense, that is their strong suit. They are top 10 in passing defense as well. And then on the other side of the ball, the Colts, they haven't really been able to run the ball all season long. But this Chargers run defense is very bad. They're bottom 5, and their pass defense is a little better. They're like number 11 in passing yards allowed per game. So they're like around a top 15 pass defense probably if you add all the metrics up. And they're a bottom 5 run defense. This might be the game where the Colts try to get that going. I know they just lost Jonathan Taylor though. So it's like everything that you're looking at is just, but I do think that, I think there's some player props we can look at, but I'm with you on the side, man. I don't know how to call this one, honestly. Leave a comment, anybody listening, if you have a real sharp side on this and some thoughts behind it, because maybe I'll tell you, we look, full honesty, we had a bad week 16, but we're going to teach a lesson here about bankroll management because we went up. We've been up like 60 units since week 7. So we've been killing it, but there's down weeks. It's sports betting. You know what I mean? It's, stock market, any type of investment, you're going to have some down weeks. You know what I mean? So what we're going to teach here is that it's a down week, but it's not really a down week. Like, we've lost pretty much every bet. I mean, we won a lot of straights, but none of the parlays hit. Like, we had a bad weekend. It is what it is. It happens. And Saturday and Sunday were not good to us, but we're still only down 8 units going into Monday night on the week, which brings us to plus 52 units since week 7. It's not a loss, really. You know what I mean? And if you guys are just joining us recently, my apologies, but we'll get it back. Obviously, there's been green weeks if we got all the way up to that number. So, I'm with you on this side thing, though, Chad. But yeah, let me know, guys, because I'll tell you this week since I've been a little cold, but we're going to get that back on track tonight anyway.
Facts. Yeah, so let's get into some of the plays here. Now, I know you have one of these. This is not necessarily going to be the play that we're looking at for a FanDuel play, but I just want to pull it up. So here's what we got for our first touchdown scorer props. But you've got your eyes on somebody who, for the BetMGM
play, you want to go there first?
Is actually a real good. Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm looking at this is the one where we're gonna, if we take a swing at this, because we get a little bit of free money thrown our way either way on this one. This is one where we could get all of those losses from this week back in one fell swoop. Talk a little bit about that one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not free money either way, but it's a 2-for-1. So you
a 2-for-1,
yeah, right. But you know, I'm going to go with Jelani Woods here. I always like to take a big shot at these plus 2,500. So if Jelani Woods ends up with the first touchdown tonight, then scratch everything I said about this weekend, because it does not matter. We're up 25 units on that, because we've been counting all the free bets as just a 1 unit play regardless, just to make it easy to track, because some free bets are up to $25, some are up to $5, some are up to 50. So we've been counting it all as just a 1 unit bet. Play it up to what you're worth, or what you're willing to risk. I'm the type of guy where I'll play a $25 play at some point this week anyway, so I might as well take a 2-for-1 on it, and might as well go for the value. Now, if you want to only bet $5 on this, you're still getting great value. You're still going to get a $5 free bet to use if it doesn't hit, in which you can use it on something safer if you want to make the 5 back, whatever, you know what I mean? I'm personally going to go for it all when I'm doing it, because I'm doing 2-for-1s all day long. You're giving me 2 chances to win on a big play like this. I'll take that any day. So we're going to go with Jelani Woods plus 2,500. He hasn't scored in a few weeks, but there's been some games where he gets a lot of targets, a lot of catches, a lot of volume, a lot of yards, just not getting in the end zone. But we know he's capable of getting in the end zone. And Nick Foles, we got a new quarterback. So I'm going to see. I mean, Nick Foles, he does like his tight ends. That's something we know. I'll go back to the Super Bowl that Nick Foles won, where you know that game winner was to his tight end. I'm just saying. So they might go to the tight ends, and I think that was the Philly special though, so he wasn't throwing it. But you know, I'm just saying. We'll see. I think there's a chance Jelani Woods gets back into the end zone with a new quarterback here. They can get down the field rushing the ball, and then maybe in the red zone. This is a thing. The Colts, it's actually funny. Defensively and offensively, they are 31st in red zone touchdown percentage. That's just a bad combo, man. You're not winning games doing that, as we've seen all season. But the fact that they are that bad in the red zone, obviously it's been with Sam Ehlinger and Matt Ryan. Now Nick Foles is in. You know, they might have to get a little creative, might try to just, you know, overcome that and get into the end zone. So I'm going to go Jelani Woods. I'm taking a chance here. Taking a flyer. And if this hits, I'm not worried about all weekend. You know what I mean? So
to reemphasize what we were talking about, I had FanDuel pulled up earlier, but what we are emphasizing here is that this is the BetMGM, because this is where you get the 2-for-1 play here. So that's what we're going for here. Is we want to take that bet where it's insured, and you get another crack at it should the bet lose. So.
Yeah, we'll reload that for maybe some NBA action tomorrow or Wednesday, or maybe the Thursday night game as well. So,
well, there's some college games going too that we're gonna get into that with the guys from Picking Winners later on in the week as we get into the bowl games. I've got some stuff there for the dog catcher that has been pretty good so far. Picked a couple of dogs to win straight up, and they pulled it off. So. We're liking what we're seeing
that's
there.
A good
Air
point.
Force was one of them.
We got the big games coming up. So maybe you hold on to that free one for that. Go check out Picking Winners as well with Chad later this week. But we actually are holding on to a free bet on MGM right now in terms of like the show and the picks we've given out. We're holding on to one from Thursday still. I didn't want to use it today. They're giving us until next Thursday, so maybe next Thursday we'll use it, or maybe NBA action or college action, like you said. But yeah, I'm holding on to it. I didn't want to force it in this one. I was thinking about, I might as well use it on another pick, just to put another pick out that's risk free. Obviously, that one's the free bet. That's the 2-for-1 part, the second of the 2-for-1. But I think I'm going to hold on to it. So we'll see.
Yeah. So what else do you have for this game? Because I know you have some other stuff for this one. Not just that first touchdown. And this is back to FanDuel, right?
This one's going to be on DraftKings or BetMGM.
On DraftKings
Deion Jackson. That's just where you're getting the best value. You can still get it on FanDuel if you want. But I'm going for the better value, bang for the buck. Deion Jackson over 7.5 rushing attempts plus 110. Look, he's hit 13 last week when Taylor went down. In the 3 games without JT, 13, 12, and 11. Now I know that he was the starting back in those 3 games. There's Zach Moss in the picture right now. He's going to be the number 1 and get the bulk of the carries. But this is a game where both can get 10 plus. I mentioned earlier the matchup problem where the Chargers run defense is just terrible on the season. They are a bottom 5 run defense. They can't stop anybody. So look, if you're the Colts going into this game with a new quarterback, run the ball against a team that can't stop the run. Now, I think Nick Foles might have a decent day. I don't want to count him out because, like you said, he could play like Kirk Cousins, but he could also play like Kirk Cousins. I'm not counting him out, but all I'm saying is just get him comfortable. Establish a run game. I think Zach Moss and Deion Jackson will both get at least 10 attempts today. That's what I'm thinking at least. And we're getting plus money on that on DraftKings and BetMGM. It's also on FanDuel if you want it on there as well. But yeah, the pass defense, they're just a little bit better than the run defense for the Chargers. So you don't really want to throw Nick Foles into the fire after not playing in game action for a while. And then, throw him right out there just slinging the ball around.
Right.
I think that they try to establish the run as much as they can in this game.
Yeah, so Jackson is down to plus 105 now. It's still plus money, but it's down to plus 105 now on BetMGM. So you might want to look at DraftKings for that one.
Yeah,
I can try to pull that up and see if I can find.
Well, just shop around. You can use covers.com.
Shop around as always. Yeah,
just go to covers.com and look at the picks. You know what I mean? It's easy. Just find, whenever you're viewing this video, just go find the best bang for your buck. If you have all the books, you won't have any problems there.
That's right.
And then obviously, if you only have a couple of them, you just got to choose between those and get the best bang for your buck on those. The next play I got here is Keenan Allen as well. I'm going Keenan Allen at his regular number prop, over 60.5 receiving yards, minus 110 on FanDuel. That's what it was a couple minutes ago at least. I like Keenan Allen a lot in this spot. In the 5 games since he came back, he's got 94, 49, 88, 92, 86 since coming back. We just saw 3 Vikings players go for over 60 last week against the Colts. One of those was the running back Dalvin Cook, and most of it was on that touchdown to send it to overtime on that screen pass there. But nonetheless, we saw 2 wide receivers at 120 plus yards each just a week ago against this Colts defense, who has a pretty good pass defense usually throughout the season. They are ranked 10th in yards allowed, but we've seen that kind of open up a little bit as we saw last week with the Vikings. So I think Keenan Allen and Justin Herbert, that's another. They don't want to run the ball. They're going to throw the ball. There's a reason he's getting 90 yards a game since he came back, pretty much, besides that outlier of the 49, which is still only 12 yards off of this number here. The Vikings had to throw the whole game. So I'm using those examples, but they had to throw the whole second half. So you're going to rack up yards if you're doing that, especially if you're having success doing it and driving the ball. But that's what the Chargers want to do also. They don't want to run the ball. So no matter what the score is, they want to pass the ball anyway all day long as much as they can. So, yeah, I like Keenan Allen here. We're getting good value there.
Yeah, and he's it's still showing up that same way. So we've still got receiving yards for Keenan Allen here on FanDuel. So that's still vibing. And I did want to show. So I do have the Deion Jackson rush attempts 7.5 is still plus 110 on DraftKings. So I was able to find that. So yeah, you want to shop around. That's one of the things that we want to do is keep reminding people that this isn't just a one-stop shop where you just go to one book. If you've got access to the different books and you're okay with putting a little bit of money here, a little bit of money there, and having multiple different accounts where you can go and tap into these lines, you can get better lines. Look at that. Wow, it did it again. AG, it happened again. While we're live on here, it just switched from plus 110 to minus 105 while I'm talking about it.
But we're still getting plus 105 on FanDuel?
Yeah, we're still. Well, let me go check. No, it was on BetMGM.
That's what I'm saying.
Right? Or was it on FanDuel?
Wherever you.
No, it's minus. Yeah, it's minus 105 on both of them now. Man, I'm telling you, we're not even live. We're pre-recording this, and there's still somebody watching us.
I wrote all of this stuff down today instead of putting it on my laptop, so they couldn't tap into that either. But they still got us while we're recording. I mean, come on.
It's my fault. I made the mistake of going and clicking on this stuff.
Yeah, you pulled it up
during the show. Oh shoot, man!
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. 2 days in a row, though. Or 2 out of 3 days. We didn't do a show yesterday. 2 shows in a row, though.
Right. But yeah, so that's all we got. Like AG was talking about, one of the other things we wanted to emphasize, in addition to shopping your lines and getting the best lines you can wherever you can find the best lines, is we also want to emphasize bankroll management. This is not something where we're just pissing money away into the wind. We've had a really good year leading up to this, and we want to keep that positive momentum going. And so when we're in a tough spot, want to be very judicious, and we're only throwing out 2 plays that are a unit each, and then we're doing our double up on our 2-for-1 with that first touchdown scorer insurance. That's all we're going to do for this game. No sense in going and trying to find stuff that doesn't jump out at you. And that's what we've been trying to do, is try to just
Look,
look for the stuff that jumps out at us like, this is good money, let's go after it.
If this was Chiefs Bengals Monday Night Football, I might be chasing all those losses back. I'll be honest with you. If it's an exciting game like that where I could find some good value at a couple different spots, man, I'll throw down 5, 6, 7 units on the Monday night game and get it all back, right? But this is the Chargers at the Colts, and there just isn't too much to look for there, too much to trust at least. We've already had a down week, so like Chad said, we're not going to go in and chase on a Monday Night Football game like this. If it was a great matchup, there's a little more, a little more hope in chasing, but I'm not going to go chase and just try to find random plays that don't make sense. That's how you just keep losing. And that's really the lesson there. So look, worst case scenario, we lost 10 units this week. We'll get them back next week. Worst case scenario. Best case scenario, we're up like 18, 19 units on the week as a whole if all this hits today.
Just for this week. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And yeah, I'm just going to assume that the touchdown scorer play doesn't hit, because it's a long shot. But let's just assume it doesn't hit. Well, then we're still going to pick up a couple of units, and we're going to be back to only minus 5 or so for the week, and then we'll still have that carryover with that 2-for-1 with the insurance to play that again next week. So that's what we're trying to do here is minimize our risk to the downside and maximize our profit potential.
Yep. So yeah, Deion Jackson over 7.5 rushing attempts at whatever the hell you get it at by the time you guys see this, because as you can see, it's changing. But I'll try to get a number when I post it when it's live, and we'll go with that number, I guess, for the tracking at least. I don't know. Mm-hmm. We'll see. It's moving a lot. Keenan Allen over 60.5 receiving yards, minus 110 on FanDuel. As far as we know, that's staying the same for now at least. And BetMGM risk-free 2-for-1. First touchdown scorer, Jelani Woods at plus 2,500. Taking a chance, and if this hits, we don't even have to watch the rest of the game. We know we're up on the week, on the season, every day. I mean, we're already up on the season regardless, but still. And then, honestly, I'm also going to put a quarter unit on him to score a touchdown in general at I think it was plus 490 on FanDuel last I looked. I'm going to do that personally just because if he doesn't get the first touchdown, at least we're getting an extra unit out of a quarter unit play. It'll be a quarter unit to win 1.23 if you get it at that number around plus 500.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I'll take that personally with my money for sure as I'm putting this bet in.
Good stuff. I like it. And I'm still on the Chargers, but I don't feel great about it. It's just it's too tough to tell.
I thought about using that $25 free bet on the Chargers, but I'm just going to save it for something I'm a little more confident in.
Right. I feel you. I'm the same way. Yep. All right. Well, good luck, everybody. Happy Monday, and y'all have a great one.
Yep. We'll be back later in the week, so we'll see you guys. Peace.
All right. Peace.